So let's just get straight to the point. PAX, I think it's PAX Australia. Yeah. I'm not sure on that one. I'm like 98% sure it was. Anyway, they released information that the music frame, in fact, isn't going to be the next frame. Bob, or whatever the music frame, isn't going to be the next frame. The next frame is an infested frame. And from the looks of the images that they showed, it's going to work. I really want to say a kind of chroma-ish, because you've got one form which is going to be the Tenno, and then you've got like the infested skin. I want to know, has this got anything to do with the fact that if you run to the back of the ship, there is in fact infested stuff back here? Is that what this is? That maybe the new frame has something to do with this? They were kind of cryptic about it, but it's going to be the next frame before the music frame, which is also going to have this ability to create your own songs for its attack for the music frame. Kind of looking forward to that, because if you're musically minded, you will be able to write a lot of songs for this. Unfortunately, I may have been once. Yeah, not anymore. So it'll be fun to play with that system. But they did go into more detail about the infested frame and its abilities. Its first ability is, and I'm pretty sure it's not just Frost that does this, because Frost has Ice Wave. This basically looks the same, Infested Wave. It will do more damage the more enemies it hits. This is going to be amazing for crowd control, it really is. Really wish they showed more gameplay of it, because in the last dev stream they showed the music frame in action. Well, not actually in action, but kind of in there. The model was done. For the next frame, being the infested frame, we got a picture. Its second ability, well, the second one they went on about, well, actually, I don't have these in order. So, one of its other abilities is Symbiotic Link, which will attach to players that will increase the damage for both yourself and whatever player you're attached to. Assuming this stacks, so if you're attached to all other players, so you're attached to 3 players, in a trial, maybe all 8. Wow, that would be nuts. Anyway, it will increase the damage for you and people you're attached to, but it will also, if it's attached to enemies, it will transfer damage to, yeah, doesn't Trinity already have this? Literally called Link. And Necros has an augment that does the same kind of thing. So that could also be really useful, because Necros augment, I really can't use Necros without that anymore. One of the other abilities was basically, it's like a ball of tentacles that pulls enemies into it. Now, they did a long time ago say there was going to be an infested enemy that did kind of the same thing. And I was thinking about it, and I know there's infested enemies that pull you to them. The Ancients do it, but I don't know if they actually did add an enemy that pulls you in. I mean, technically, what is it, the Jordis thing? The big infested Jordis ship thing? That sucks you in, because you have to fly through the ship, which is part of the Jordis, but there was meant to be an infested enemy that did the same kind of thing, so having it before it's used against her, that's going to be pretty fun as well. I'm looking forward to this more and more, apart from, well, it might look pretty silly. It depends how subtly they do the infested part of it. And then there's this ability that's basically going to work kind of like the Brood Mother does here. You've got these little things that the Brood Mother spawns that run around and they attach themselves to you and start basically sucking your health from you. But they're going to work for you, so when they attach to enemies, I'm assuming this is how it works. They literally said something about spawning stuff that these things will go to enemies and explode on them, and your health regens, and instantly my mind's just gone to, it's going to work pretty much the same as the Brood Mother does. It spawns these little things that run in and attach to you and start sucking your health. You just roll to get them off you. And honestly, I don't know how I feel about this. It depends how it's done. It could be really tastefully done, be pretty useful. It could end up as a more powerful Chroma, though Chroma's, ice ability basically turning him into like a super tank. It's not really ice ability, you just set his energy colour to white and he ends up with ice element added to him, which makes him, it increases his armour. If it works kind of like Chroma, He could, it could, she could, I don't know, I don't think they really specified in that one. Could be really useful, but again, it depends how tastefully done this actually ends up being. But there was a lot of things, like the most purchased animation set was the Titania Noble. Weirdly, I think I actually went for the other one. I wasn't going to buy one, I kind of caved. The most wish-listed market item is the Foreman bundle. The most crafted Warframe is Oberon. Oberon? Really? Which weapon has the most kills was the Cyanide Simulator. Did not expect that. The most purchased blueprint is the Incubator Power Core. Kind of makes sense. It's for the companions. And the least crafted Warframe, however, was Ember Prime. And I think we'll leave this on a will it, won't it kind of situation here, because pretty much everybody knows Frost Prime's been back as his Prime Vault unsealed. Mag's been back, which means this holiday season, when the one of them comes back, the next in line is Ember. But there is a twist. Because Frost hasn't had his parts, or Frost Prime, hasn't had his parts in relic form, he is the only frame that is going to be impossible to get. So there is kind of a rumour, it's not confirmed anywhere, but it's literally, if you go into the Warframe forums for the overview of the last dev stream, for some reason they've put Frost and Ember. That's going to pose a big problem, because Frost and Ember Prime, that's Frost Prime and Ember Prime, means that the next Prime Unvaulted is going to have two of them, so Frost has his parts in there, but it also means that the price of it is going to be straight up silly.